Welcome back to Teacher Shows at T2. Before we get into today's video, I want to talk about some things from my past couple of videos I forgot to mention. On my unlikely superheroes video, I forgot my favorite underrated superhero, Darkhawk, who is a Marvel character. A lot of people don't know about him. He's got claws like Wolverine, already sick, and he can shoot them out like grappling hooks like Spider-Man, and reel himself up like Batman. And then he's got these wings that like fold out from underneath his armpits so he can glide, so he can kind of fly. And he's also got this chest beam like Iron Man, and he can shoot out of his visor of his helmet like Cyclops. So he's like every good superhero combined. And nobody talks about him. Pretty dope though. He was in like the Spider-Man comics, I think. They got his own comic. And can you guys not see me? That was fucking right. So the other thing I wanted to mention was that Slender Man would be great for my horror game idea. And I was also thinking how the boss monsters, they couldn't like get within a certain radius of each other because that'd be too powerful. Unless something else happened, then they could team up. I don't know. I'm still working on this Halloween idea. I think it's a great idea. I'm thinking the Dead by Daylight guys should make it because they got the graphics. They should use some of the ideas from the way Deep Rock Galactic works. Anywho, today I want to talk about... Somebody posted a thing on Facebook about if they want to be rich because they want to be able to tip waitresses like a lot of money, or waiters, and like fill up people's GoFundMe accounts and just like help homelessness or whatever, like do a lot of altruistic things. And it said, I don't want to be rich because I want to hoard the nation's wealth and keep everybody like slowly dwindling the population down because everybody's starving and poor. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking like, what would I do if I had like a ton of money, or if I just had my subscribers I used to have before I got banned on YouTube? I'd probably be rich enough to do this. I would get together a GoFundMe account, and I would get enough money together to run for some kind of local government office. So some of you guys know what my real name is. And those of you that do know, I mean, some of you even know where I live because you've been sending me pizzas. But I have a really strong, powerful last name. And I think I could get a lot of the black vote with it. So my idea was, I run for local office, but I don't spend any money campaigning at all. I don't do any interviews. I don't put out any advertisements. I just put my name on the ballot and let people try to vote for who they want. So the key to winning this thing would be picking an office that already is like a 50-50 because people don't like the incumbent. So somebody like a attorney general or a judge, somebody that's kind of like people that have gone to jail or been in trouble with the law. Maybe their family gets pissed off because they sent their family away, so nobody likes them. So it's already kind of like they just want to vote for anybody else, kind of like Trump. So I don't know if you have to have a law degree to run for attorney general or judge. I'm pretty sure you'd have to for attorney general because it's an attorney. But for judgeship, that seems like you'd have to have even more qualifications. I don't know. There's certain offices like PVA, Property Valuation Administrator or whatever, and like what is it? The guy that's like a fake sheriff. What the fuck? My brain just like turned off. Constables. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word constables. There's this guy watching YouTube that calls them constables. So I knew it was like cunt something. What's that? What's the rest of the word? So like, yeah, a constable, or like what are even some other good offices? Like what's the highest office in a county? Because there used to be count, right? Are we supposed to have counts and nobody's running for count? Can I run for count? Be Count Dankula or something? Or like, is it the county court clerk? Because that's just like a secretary kind of a job, right? But I don't know anything higher than that. Count judge executive, something like that. Like who's the mayor's of the city, but who's like the head of a county? I know they have like circuit court judges. I think a circuit is like 3 counties or more. Maybe like 11 or something. I don't know. So, yeah, if I get this money together, put my name on the ballot, and like, you know, the local newspapers and stuff would want to come interview you because you're a candidate. And then they show up and you're like, nah, I'm not doing interviews. Just decline all interviews. Like, nah, I don't want to talk to anybody. Definitely don't put your face out there because then you lose the black vote. Then I was thinking like, people that put out these yard signs, I mean, I get it for like local elections, like you don't know who's running because it's kind of like not as pop. It's not as mainstream. It's out there in the media. But like, who's putting out fucking Biden and Trump signs? Like, do you think those actually work? Has anybody ever like changed their opinion of somebody because they saw a sign? Like, oh, I was a hardcore Biden supporter, and I saw all these Trump signs in people's yards. I'm like, I gotta go Trump now. What? That's not how people's minds work. Like, there was this recent, I think this week, there was this boat parade for Trump, and there were so many people showed up. They made too many waves, and it sunk like a couple of boats. So all these people with all these big Trump flags and shit are sinking just because of all the hype. But like, they think people's gonna watch that and say like, oh man, I was like a total hardcore Democrat until I saw like how many people own boats that like Trump. So now, I mean, that just tells you like rich white people like Trump. Like, why would that make you want to vote for him? It was literally a sea of rich white dudes. There may have been one boat with black people on it. I don't know. Alright, I'm looking at the actual ballots now, and you've got your basic senator, representative, governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, attorney general. That's for the state. Auditor of public accounts, state treasurer, commissioner of agriculture. That's interesting. Then you got state senators, state representatives, county commissioner, PVA, coroner. Ooh. Well, nobody's gonna get mad at the coroner. Be like, I didn't like the way he treated my dead family. County surveyor. Board of Supervisors, Soil and Water District. Justice of the Peace. So that I can marry people. Constable. Mayor. Legislative Council. That's for Metro, like Louisville area. I'm looking at Louisville one. Jefferson County. School board member. Home. Be on the school board. Keep all the Ten Commandments shit out of there. Court of Appeals. Judges of the Circuit Court. Circuit Family Court. So yeah, I think you'd have to have some kind of... Is that it? That's the only thing you can run for? I thought there was like way more offices. Like you see, like who are all these people? If you go to your government buildings and you get your driver's license or renewed or some shit, you see all these offices and all these... It's like, well, usually like multiple story buildings. There's all these people working in there, but what the fuck are they doing all day? Like once they renew your registration, it's done. What else do they do? Register boats, trailers, trucks, like commercial vehicles or something? Is it complicated where you need like extra people on different floors? I don't understand how all these people have jobs. Like, how do they even get those jobs? I think it's all like nepotism. Somebody's family members needed a job. And it's like, well, here's a job where you don't have to do anything. And you can be there for like 30 years. Nobody will even know. Nobody's going to try to get your job because nobody knows it exists. You're just like sitting in a room and you file things. And you like go to lunch and you act like you're important and everybody just thinks you are. I think that's how it works. By the way, any of you Maori people don't comment on this video because this is American democracy, which is not part of your culture, and you're not educated on it, so therefore you don't have any right to comment on it. That's the same logic they've been using to me, so I'll just throw it back at them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I should run for something, but I don't know what. Maybe game warden. Is that a job you can run for?